Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope you can hear me okay. Please let me know how's the audio. Is it loud and clear? I am here to answer some of your questions. If you have any questions, please send them in now. I'll be here for 1 hour to answer your questions. If this is your first time to join this meeting, please let me know where you come from. So I will now read your questions. And should you send in your questions and somehow I did not see it on my screen and it seems like I have skipped your question, you have to send them in again, resubmit the question again, because sometimes it doesn't appear on my screen. So Shirley Go, good afternoon, Ajahn. Wei Ching Chua, Ajahn Tan Ladies, how to subdue temptation from six senses. Please elaborate how to practice them after mentioning the technique. Well, you have to restrain your sensual organs by staying away from the arousing sensual objects. Don't see, don't listen to them, because if you are near them, close to them, you can be aroused. So you might have to go live in seclusion in the forest and keep the 8 precepts. The 8 precepts will stop you from doing any sensual activities. So this is what you have to do, isolate yourself from the sensual objects. And then also you have to be constantly mindful, keep repeating a mantra, reciting a mantra, because your mind can start thinking about sensual pleasures if you don't stop it with a mantra. So this is basically what you have to do. Isolate yourself from the sensual objects, like go and stay in the forest, and then keeping the 8 precepts and maintaining mindfulness. Stop your mind from thinking about the sensual objects. This is what you will need to do if you want to take control over your sensual desire. Second question. Second question, somebody uses chi or energy to do injuries to other skin and body parts. Are there ways to block the energy from reaching our body besides practicing 8 precepts? No, I think this is just belief. It's not, I don't think it's true. Well, if it is true, then there's nothing you can do about it. The body cannot be blocked from other physical influences, like the heat, the cold, for instance. But it cannot get to the mind if you have mindfulness. Your mindfulness can block any form of energy from hurting the mind. So this is what you need to do. You need to have mindfulness to keep the mind calm. Once the mind is calm, then nothing can hurt the mind. So you have to keep the mind calm in equanimity. This is the only way to deal with all forms of danger to the mind. But as far as the danger to the body, sometimes it's unavoidable, sometimes it's inescapable. Because this is the nature of the body, it is subjected to all sort of harm and danger. And eventually the body will get sick and die. There's nothing you can do about it as far as the body is concerned. We are more concerned with the mind. We can keep the mind safe by using mindfulness and wisdom. Can knowledge and intellect be brought forward into the next life? If it is the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, the knowledge of the three characteristics of existence, this will be brought to the next life, into the next life. They have to be real knowledge, not imagined knowledge, like right now. The knowledge that we study is not considered to be real knowledge. It has to be the knowledge that we experience, like the Four Noble Truths and the three characteristics of existence. If you know that everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta, by practice, by experience, then it will go with you, with the mind. But if it is something you just hear and you haven't yet experienced them, then it can be forgotten. Question number 4. Is consciousness after clinical death same as consciousness during sleeping? Consciousness is the same one, it doesn't change. Consciousness is the function of the mind, and it is always available because it's part of the mind. The mind doesn't die. When the body goes to sleep or when the body dies, the mind will still be active. Question number 5. Saying disadvantages of unbeneficial activity so as to decline to person who is interested in it and invited us to partake. A wrong speech. If you speak for the sake of avoidance, then it's not wrong speech. Oh, I'm sorry. There are so many questions and comments that came in just now. So a lot of your comment and question has been moved out of the screen. So I cannot see or read your comment or your question, because the person who submitted the questions submitted so many questions which took so much time to answer. So all of the other comments now has all disappeared. The latest comment that I can read is from Kenneth Hunt. Good morning, Ajahn. You are very clear today. Thank you. So I'm sorry if I cannot read your question because it's gone from my screen. So you have to resubmit it again. From EOSC, Sadhu. From Maitini, Namaskar Ajahn. Kema Jenny, good afternoon, Luang Por. Satalim, good afternoon, Ajahn. Thank you for sharing the Dhamma. Rachel from Singapore. Jolin Te, good afternoon, Ajahn. Thank you for the Dhamma talk. Ong Apprentice, audio is loud and clear, watching from Singapore. Ko BC, Sadhu, Sadhu. Fat Choi Chong, good afternoon, Ajahn. Sadhu, Sadhu. Sawante, Satu, Satu, Satu. Question from Terence, Toronto, Canada. Question number 1. When someone is in a difficult period, a common reply to the person is that it will go away. Life and anger are impermanent. It's okay. Is there a better way to acknowledge that someone is suffering before it is too late? Yes, a better way is to stop your mind from engaging with things. Stop your mind from clinging or expecting or desiring for things. Keep the mind calm and peaceful and happy without having to rely on anything. This is the best way for dealing with the suffering of this world. Don't expect anything from this world. Don't depend on anything in this world. Then whatever happens will not hurt your mind. It can only hurt your body, but things cannot hurt your mind. If your mind is calm, peaceful, and detached from everything. Question number 2. If suicide is such a sin in Buddhism, why is suicide on the rise in Thailand? That's because people in Thailand do not follow the teaching of the Buddha, that's why. If they follow the teaching of the Buddha, then there would be no suicide in Thailand. From Mac Kim Seng, Ajahn, how would one know they have reached the threshold of first, second, third, and fourth jhana? The mind becomes calmer and calmer and happier as you concentrate on your meditation object. Eventually, the mind will become still, peaceful, and very happy. From Uthai Supadi, Namaskaran, Luang Por. Anandati, Satu, Satu. Nabiti, Namaskaran Ajahn, Medan, Indonesia. Thank you for teaching Dhamma for us. Jinilin Poor. Good afternoon, Mahajan. I am Jinilin Poor from Selangor, Malaysia. Heligo, Satu. Felicia Chan, Satu. Pauline Soon, Satu to Ajahn. Ati Mahajan. Scattered brain, how to calm it. Reciting a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, or chanting. You have to keep chanting or reciting mantra until your mind becomes calm. If it's not yet calm, you should not stop. Just keep reciting mantra or chanting until the mind becomes calm. Then you can stop. Esther, okay. Happy Sunday, Ajahn. Adi Mahajan, Satu. Guat Bien Lo, Satu. Chayanan Moon Rabbit, Satu. Anatta, Anatta. Venerable Sir Ajahn, good afternoon. Can you elaborate a little more about the importance of right effort, as in Eightfold Path, please? You have to have effort in order to achieve your goal. You cannot just remain lazy and not do anything. See, the goal of Buddhism depends on the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path. If you don't practice, then you will not get your goal, which is the liberation from suffering, the attainment of Nibbana. You need to practice Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. If you don't practice these 3 practices, you will not get to Nibbana. You will not become enlightened. So this is the importance of right effort. You have to keep on practicing, keeping the 8 precepts, practicing mindfulness, sitting in meditation to get into jhana, and then after you come out of jhana, you have to contemplate on the 3 characteristics of existence. Thank you, Ajahn, from Gui Eng Hong, Singapore. Fong Sin Yi, good morning, Tanajan. Wei Ching Chua, question number 6. Harming for good intention, good or bad karma? Bad karma. Intention doesn't matter. It's the action that counts. If you hurt somebody or hurt yourself, intentional or not intentional, with intention, it's bad. It's good or bad karma. If you hurt someone with intention, even though it's good intention, it's still considered bad karma. For example, parent purposely provoke anger into son so that he is not easily bothered by anger when being yelled at by employers. So your example is borderline thing. I cannot say whether it's good or bad, because if the person who's provoked really get hurt and not realizing that you're just helping him or her, then you're hurting that person. So maybe it's not a bad karma, I don't know. Yeah. I guess you have to look at the consequences of your action. If it makes the person better, maybe then it's not bad karma. But if you make the person worse, then it's bad karma. So you have to look at the consequence of your action, not just your intention alone. Question number 7, saying words that are truthful to avoid delusion but hurtful to others. Bad speech? No, good speech. As long as you speak the truth. If it hurts other people, it's the problem. If you feel that you're gonna hurt other people, then you should stop. You should not say it at all. Just keep quiet. Question number 8. Mara is the highest deva in Central Realm. He does a lot of harm to Buddha and Arahant when they attain enlightenment, but why he does not go to hell but remain as deva? Because Mara is not a being. Mara is the personification of evil. There is no real being like devas or human or animal. Mara is not a being. It's just a personification of evil. That's all. Amya Shanicha Satu Kamalesh Suprama Manjam Manjam. Good afternoon, Ajahn. What count of breath of pranayama must be done to achieve super consciousness or Satchitananda? I cannot answer your question here because I don't know what the things that you mentioned here. I haven't studied these things before, so I'm sorry I cannot answer this question. Prangsa JW Namaskaran Prajan. Falling soon. My phenomena of meditation that I can feel sensation in my mind and body. So at this time I keep concentrate the breathing, it gives me calmness and emptiness. This is right progress. Yes, if you have calm and emptiness in your mind, then this is the right progress. Question from Siu Ju, Singapore. Every time I meditate, my thoughts would wander after 3 to 4 minutes of chanting Bhutto, and then I would feel very sleepy. I also cannot stop dreaming at night when I sleep, and I don't get a good rest. Can Ajahn advise on how to solve these issues? When you meditate and you feel sleepy, then you need to get up and do walking meditation instead. This will prevent your mind from going to sleep. But if it still doesn't solve the problem, then you have to reduce your food intake. Maybe just eat once a day. Then this will prevent yourself from being sleepy. Or if you can, go to meditate in a scary place, like in a cemetery. This will keep your mind alert and not sleepy. As far as dreaming is concerned, it's the cause of your mind being restless and agitated, not calm, not having mindfulness. So you have to train yourself in mindfulness during the daytime. We keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto all day long. Stop your mind from thinking aimlessly or uselessly. You can allow it to think when it is essential or important. But when it is not, then you should stop it from thinking. Then you will not have much dreams, or your dreams will be less. From Henny Chitra Sanjaya. Good morning, Ajahn. I am Henny from Indonesia. I want to ask Ajahn. The past few days, I have a very sick stomach. The pain sometimes comes, sometimes it goes away. Then this morning, I did meditation and looked at the place where I had previously felt pain. For example, looking at the intestines in the body. As a result, the usual pain didn't appear until my meditation was over. Even now, this is what I usually do when I experience unbearable pain. Am I doing the right way to deal with this pain? If it can make your mind calm, peaceful, and not disturbed by the pain, then it's the right way. Sometimes the pain might go away, sometimes the pain might not go away. As long as your mind is calm, peaceful, and not disturbed by the pain, then it is the right way. Is there a better way to deal with the pain? No, this is the way. Besides going to see a doctor and have the pain diagnosed, and maybe will kill the pain permanently. But if you have to deal with it yourself, then you just have to use either mindfulness or wisdom. Then this will prevent the mind from being disturbed by the pain. Is this pain created by the kilesa? If it's physical pain, it's usually the nature of the body. The body will have to get sick by some causes, not by the kilesa. The mental pain is caused by the kilesa. Your desire to have the pain disappear and make your mind restless and agitated. This is caused by the kilesa. So you can use Dhamma to stop the kilesa by either reciting a mantra or meditate, or use wisdom to teach the mind to accept pain as part of the nature of the body. The body is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Thank you very much, Ajahn. Willie Siana Surya Mehta. Good morning, Ajahn. I am Willie from Indonesia. I have a few questions today. I read that Ajahn started walking meditation by reflecting the blessing of the Triple Gem, parents and people who have been kind and compassionate to oneself. Then noting the purpose of exertion, and we are about to do it earnestly for that particular purpose, followed by radiating the four Brahma Viharas. I have tried to do this reflection before every walking meditation. Initially, they helped me to be grateful, not to be arrogant, more compassionate towards people and animals, and preparing the mind state to do the meditation. But after some time, they became more like a ritual. Sometimes I also feel that the reflection distracts the continuity of my focus on the mantra. And when I felt calm and had less thoughts, then reflection made the mind active again. So currently I just do the reflection only on my first walking meditation in the morning. Am I doing the right thing? Yes, as long as you concentrate on your meditation more than the reflection. The reflection is just a way of preparing your mind for doing the practice. Once you're starting practice, then you don't have to keep reflecting. Just focus on your meditation object. How would Ajahn advise with regard to this practice? Just what I said. Just do it when you're first starting to prepare your mind to be able to focus and concentrate on your practice. And then once you're starting practicing, then you can stop reflecting on this reflection. I am not sure whether I have done the reflection properly, especially on radiating the four Brahma Viharas. Well, sorry again. Your question has been moved up out of my screen, so that's about all the answer I could answer to you. The next comment is Kenneth Hunt. Dear Ajahn, yesterday I read a saying from Wat Yannasangwararam. If we eliminate internal Mara, then external Mara can have no effect. Could Ajahn kindly explain? Thank you. Your internal Mara is your defilement, such as hate, delusion, or great hate or delusion. This is your internal Mara. The external Mara are the sensual objects, such as people or things, that cause you to get angry or get greedy. So this is what the internal and external Mara are. The internal Mara is your defilement. The external Mara are the things that instigate your internal Mara to arise. Like beautiful things, like money, like wealth, like fortune, things that can arouse your internal Mara, which is your greed, hate, or delusion. From Jip Luangkun Satu, Shiva A Satu, Apang Surya Mehta, good morning Ajahn. I am Apang from Indonesia. I want to ask Ajahn, why haven't I been able to stop thinking in meditation until now? That's because you are lazy to recite the mantra. You have to keep reciting the mantra, then you will be able to stop thinking. Just keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto all day long, and then eventually your mind will stop thinking. If it's still saying, then you should not stop reciting the mantra. From Sami Riachi, Ajahn, if we threaten someone without the intention to actually carry through with the threat just to get them off our backs, is that a bad karma? It can be, it can instigate the hatred in other people, and then might hurt you. Then that person might hurt you before in order to eliminate the threat. So it's better not to say bad things to people. Say nice things or not saying anything would be better. From Pauline soon, after jhana, we have to come out from meditation and contemplating or thinking anicca, dukkha, anatta. Can Ajahn explain more details? Yes, when you come out of meditation, when you see something, you tell yourself this is anicca. What you see is anicca. What you hear is anicca, and dukkha, anatta. Just keep telling yourself so that it will stop your mind from grabbing at what you see, what you hear. You want to keep the mind from having any desire for all the sensual objects. So when you come across any sensual objects, you should tell yourself that this is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Somkit James, erect hand, Sadhu. Lotus, white lotus. Ajahn, what is the vipaka result? If monks or nuns break the precept, well, it just causes them to have hindrance in their practice. If they break the precept, then this will obstruct their advance in their meditation practice. From Ling Yu Meng, good morning, Sukir Hotu, Ajahn, Suchart, and all in the Dhamma. May all be well, safe, healthy, peaceful, and happy. Metta. From Malik Vitarana, Malik from Brisbane, Ajahn, to feel that you are really not of this world but a temporary visitor. Is that possible or delusion? That's the truth. We are not occupant of this world. The body is the occupant, but it's a temporary occupant. The mind just uses the body to roam in this world. And sooner or later, the body will then have to come to cessation. Then the mind will then move on to a new body. So the mind is like a visitor, using the body as a proxy, to carry out what the mind wants to do, like seeing, hearing, feeling, and roaming on this world, on this earth. But then the body eventually will die. Then the mind will then disconnect from the body and move on to the next body. From Paddy Lu, good afternoon, Long Paul. Thank you for your compassion. My question is chanting a mantra like Bhutto Bhutto just a method for meditation beginners to calm and focus the mind? Besides Bhutto, you can chant any suttas if you can remember them, or chanting the triple gem qualities, Iti Piso Bhagava Arahang Samma. Any form of chanting can also help calm and focus the mind. Besides that, you can also focus on your body action, your body movement. Keep watching what your body is doing all the time. Can I use this one method to reach the jhanas? Yes, even on the way to attaining arahatship, no. You can use the mantra to get you to jhana, but you cannot get it to become an arahant or a noble disciple. You need to have wisdom in order to become enlightened, to become a noble disciple. You have to see that everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. From Geng Yen So, good afternoon, Dhanajan. Greeting from Penang. From Michael Saw, Sadhu. Anna Goldman, good afternoon, Ajahn. How are you? I'm from California. Thanks. I'm fine, thank you. Shiva A. Dear Ajahn, I am from India. I sometimes mix various mantras, depending on my mood. Like sometimes I may be chanting Bhutto, sometimes Om. Is it okay? Yes, as long as you don't think. The purpose is to stop thinking. So whichever method you can use to stop your mind from thinking aimlessly, then it's okay. Or do I just need to stick to only one mantra? Not necessarily. I think you should look at the result of your practice. Which method works for you, then that's okay. The goal is to empty the mind, to stop it from thinking, to make it become still, peaceful, and happy. When I focus on breath, sometimes I focus just on belly, sometimes tip on the nose, sometimes on the full process from nose to belly. Am I doing this in the right way? No, you shouldn't keep changing your point of focus. You should choose one point of focus and stay there in order to make the mind become still. If you keep moving around, it means the mind is still active. So you want to focus only on one point only, either at the tip of the nose or at your belly. Don't move around. your point of focus, because it means your mind is not still. It keeps the mind moving. You don't want to move the mind. You want to stop the mind from moving. You want it to become still. So you have to force it to concentrate at just one point. Question from Yeti, Indonesia. Since 2005, my employee has been sending me negative spells with strong kilesa to distract me and my family. I'm a Vipassana meditator, so I sometimes recite Gayatri mantra, Hinduism mantra, to dispel my employee's spell. What should I do to this employee, and what can I do to protect myself and my family? The best way is to use metta, loving kindness. You should not retaliate. You should forgive the person and embrace this person with goodwill. This is the best way to protect yourself and deal with your employee. Just have metta, have goodwill toward all beings. Even though if they want to harm you, you should not retaliate. You should just give them goodwill, give them kindness, give them happiness, and don't hurt them. From Pauline soon, I had experience happen very toothache at a time meditation. I used my concentration to the object, but then the pain disappeared. And Ajahn comment, it's anicca, everything is anicca. Sooner or later it will disappear. Sometimes it might disappear and sometimes it might not disappear. If it disappears, just acknowledge that it disappeared. If it doesn't disappear, then you just have to acknowledge and don't try to get angry or get disappointed when it doesn't disappear. Just accept the truth, the reality. If it appears, fine. If it disappears, fine. If it doesn't disappear, fine. From Ginny Lin Poor, I need advice from Ajahn. During my meditation, about 15 minutes, my body pain started to disturb. I started to recite Bhutto to calm my mind. And I also know I have to use Khanti to overcome the pain, as I also know well everything is impermanent. Yet somehow I cannot overcome. The advice is, can I shift my body sitting position? If you want to deal with the pain mentally, then you should not shift your body position. Just keep reciting the mantra. It might take a while before the mind becomes calm and able to deal with the pain. So don't shift your body. Keep reciting the mantra, and don't have any desire for the pain to disappear, because the desire to have the pain to disappear can cause you stress in your mind. The goal here is to eliminate the stress in your mind by keep reciting the mantra. When the mind becomes calm or still, then the stress in the mind will disappear. The pain might not disappear, but that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm sorry. Half of your question or comment disappear again because there are so many comments from people. So I have to continue on without your comment or your question. I'm sorry. The person next is James Ong. Sadhu. Lenny Tan. Sadhu. Hasana. Good morning from Bangkok. Goy KP. Sadhu. Lucy Dana Jita Sayasong. Hello Ajahn, greeting from Philippines. How are you? May Ajahn be well and happy. Thank you. NFS MFU, Namaskar. I would like to ask you about metta, how to radiate metta. I don't know the English word for this. Can we do that to a specific person to make them feel better or be less angry? And how? You should do it when you meet them. If you want to radiate metta or goodwill, you do it when you meet people. When you see people, you say hello, how are you? Or if you want to make them happy, give them something. This will make them happy. This is the way of giving metta or radiating metta. It's not by just sitting alone and then recite the metta verses. This is not the way of giving metta. When you chant the metta verse, it's just a method of meditation. It's a method of training your mind with mindfulness. Or it's a way of reminding that you must have goodwill toward all beings. But to do it, you have to do it when you meet people or animals. Give them love and compassion. This is the way to give metta to other people. From Phoebe saying, good morning, dear Ajahn. Thank you for coming online to teach and inspire us. Aranud, good morning, Ajahn. Greeting from San Jose. Sue, Christy, Satu, falling soon. Why morning time is achieving good result meditation? Because your mind is calmer. When you wake up in the morning, there are no disturbing thoughts, because all the disturbing thought has disappeared from your mind temporarily. But if you do it in the evening, there's still a lot of disturbing thoughts from your day activities. But after you've gone to sleep, then all this disturbing thought will disappear. And when you get up, you feel your mind feel empty of thoughts. Then you can meditate easier and better. San Duang on the Satu Satu. Sulan Ui, dear Ajahn, hope you're well. Thank you for compassion. Question: do we have to make an aspiration in this lifetime to strengthen our practice in this life and the next? Or is it alright to just practice in this life without any specific aspiration or goal in mind? Well, to do the practice is already an aspiration. Just have an aspiration to do the practice. Then the practice will give you eventually the goal that you would like to have. So just aspire to do the practice. This is the right way of aspiring. Not aspiring for the goal, but aspiring for the practice that will give you the goal. Context: in Sutta, there are stories of practitioners who made aspiration and attained fruits of enlightenment or become foremost in certain areas in Buddha's time. Thank you, Satu, Satu. We have to have aspiration, but this aspiration, the best aspiration is to have the aspiration to do the practice, to follow the Noble Eightfold Path. Then you will get to the goal eventually. From Shiva A, dear Ajahn, the practice is making me fearless. I was slowly coming out of fear of death and disease, but I started noticing I became careless while driving. Well, you should be mindful when you drive, even though you're not afraid of death. But it's not worth having death now. You want to protect your life and use your life as the means to get you to enlightenment. So you have to look good, look after your body, look after your life. You don't be reckless, even though you're not afraid of death. Chi Chin Chuan, dear Ajahn, reading sutta is very difficult to understand and long-winded. Is it okay just to read your books or any Luang Por books enough? Yes, as long as you understand what you have to do, that's all you want to do. Reading so that you can know what you're supposed to do. It is the same like reading the sutta, yes, because the sutta teaches you what to do, how to do. From me, good afternoon, Ajahn. I am Mi Kwan from Malaysia. I always afraid of dirty places like dirty toilet. This makes me always worried to go out because need to use toilet outside. I also worry my house will face water supply interruption and cannot do cleaning. Can Ajahn advise on how can I overcome my fear and worries for dirty? Thank you, Ajahn. Well, ask yourself, where does this dirty thing come from? It comes from your own body. So how come you're not afraid of your own body? How come you're not afraid of the dirtiness contained in your body? See? So try to look at the things realistically. All the dirtiness in the toilet comes from your own body. So if you can live with your own body, why cannot you live with the dirtiness coming out of your body? Okay? From Karuna, Namaskar, good afternoon, Ajahn. Karuna from Indonesia, with Ajahn, good in everything. Thank you. Gerali, Satu. Willie, I am Willie from Indonesia. I am sorry my question pushed up, so I post the rest of the question again. Okay, I think this I can answer. I go to your second question. Sometimes I don't feel like caring about other people. But since it is a good thing to do and I want to reduce my selfishness, I just force myself to care about other people. Am I doing the right thing? How to deal with the selfishness? Well, you should know the time when to be selfish and not to be selfish. When you do practice, you want to be selfish. You don't want to think about other people. You want to concentrate on your practice. But when you have to deal with people, then that's the time when you should not be selfish. You should be helpful toward other people. So it depends on the situation. If you're alone practicing, then you should be selfish. But when you're around people, then you should not be selfish. Number 3, how to deal with envy. For example, when seeing other people can do things better or get a better treatment than us. Use mudita. You should feel happy with other people's success and tell yourself that this is the consequence of their karma. And if you are not like them, that's because you haven't done the same karma they did. So this way will then might make you not feel envious of other people. You look at the cost of success people have. Is their good or bad karma that made them to reap what they're reaping now. And it's the same way with you. If you're not reaping any good karma now, that's because maybe your good karma hasn't yet ripened or you haven't done any good karma in the past. So this will then prevent you from being envious of other people. Thank you very much for your advice. Kimbun Chu, Satu Satu. Falling soon, if I want to go for Vipassana, I have to achieve strong samadhi. Then until the mind comes across the event Anicca Dukkha Anatta automatically, then we contemplate it right. Yes, you don't need to have strong jhana when you're first doing it. You want to train yourself to look at everything as Anicca Dukkha Anatta. The stronger your mind is, the stronger will be your ability to detach, to let go of things. From Chai Heng, Satu Satu. Lai Sin Wong, I did my meditation when felt very sad or unable to find my answer because I just ignored the sort of person who also a practitioner. What should I do? You should meditate all the time whether you are sad or not sad, because you want to develop this habit so that when you are sad you can use this meditation practice to stop your sadness. So you should continue on practicing whether you are sad or not sad until you become very adept in your meditation practice. Then whenever you feel sad, you can use meditation to get rid of your sadness. From Sally Chi, Satu, Satu. From Paddy Lu, thank you, Long Paul. for answering my earlier question. You said I can reach the jhana by chanting mantra, but not to attain arahantship. So what are the stages from the fourth jhana to arahantship? How can I reach there? After you have the fourth jhana, when you come out, you want to teach your mind the nature of your body, the nature of the five khandhas, meaning the body, feeling, perception, thoughts, and consciousness, that they are natural phenomena. There is no self in these five things. The body is a natural phenomena made from the four elements, while the Dhamma khandhas, the mental condition, the mental functions such as perception, thought, feelings, and consciousness. This is a mental phenomenon. They rise and cease. They appear and disappear. They appear and disappear. So you should not cling to them or claim them to be you. This is the first stage of reaching enlightenment. But there are still many others. If you want to know, you have to look up the 10 fetters. The 10 fetters are the objects that you have to overcome in order to become an arahant. From Jinate Satu Ajahn, Chanya Noi Chan Satu. Falling soon, this morning my mind come across that my brother had been passed away so long, and I feel so pity to him and frustrated. Just stop thinking about it. Just keep reciting the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto. And when your mind is calm and you feel normal, you teach your mind that this is part of life. Life is temporary. We all will have to go one day, sooner or later. But the body is not us. We are not the body. We don't die with the body. We continue on and go to a new body. From Lucy Dana, Chitta Sasong, Satu. From Jinni Lin Poor, thank you Mahajan. That's all advice and Dhamma guidance from Maha. I appreciate with full appreciation in my heart. Satu, Satu. Lotus, White Lotus, Ajahn, thank you for this Q&A session. Very compassionate of Ajahn to guide us. May Ajahn attain Nibbana soon. Thank you. Shayam Lama Gurum, Namaste. Falling soon. What kind of meditation stage that consisted to bring us the fruit of enlightenment? You need to achieve the fourth jhana by focusing on your breath or the mantra to bring your mind to become still, peaceful, and happy, and have equanimity. And after you come out, then you can then teach your mind to let go of all attachment toward everything in this world. From Maranut, dear Ajahn, why did Buddha say 7 days, 7 months, 7 years? But in reality, each person will have his or her own timeline, and it may take much longer than that. He was talking to the monks, the monk who is practicing Dhamma constantly all day long. Then the probability for them to become enlightened is within 7 days, 7 months, or 7 years. But it can be more than that also. This is not a fixed prophecy. But this is the generally speaking, if you practice every day the four foundation of mindfulness, you should be able to attain to enlightenment either within 7 days. If not 7 days, then 7 months. If not 7 months, then 7 years. So this is just a prediction, not a fixed prophecy. People have different ability. So don't think too seriously about it. Just know that this is just a guideline. From Pauline soon. We're happy Ajahn answer. Don't worry, the question is Satu, Satu. You're welcome. Okay, we have about 5 minutes left. So if you're typing question, you can continue on typing your question and send them in. But if you haven't started typing your question, then maybe you should wait until the next meeting. because I might not have the time to answer your question. From Shiva A, thank you, dear Ajahn, for helping with my practice with your book and online presence. Here we are having lockdown in India due to COVID. I am using this opportunity by staying home and practicing Dhamma. You are welcome. I hope you advance in your practice. I'm polling soon. This morning my mind come across my brother. I think I have answered this question already. From Lai Sin Wong, thank you, Venerable Sir, thank you. Shi Chin Chuan, dear Ajahn, sometimes I get angry at you because I cannot memorize 4 factors of mindfulness. Like what you advise. What should I do? I am sorry. Well, just ignore it. Just tell yourself that this is not you. Your anger is not you. Your anger is your defilement. And the reason for your anger is because you have too much expectation of what you should do or should achieve. When you don't achieve according to your expectation, then you can get angry. So don't have any expectation. Just try to do the best. Do the best you can, and accept the consequence of your action. Hui Pu Hua Satu. Wat Max Lee, dear Ajahn, I am Wat Max Lee from Penang. Can Ajahn guide me to how to contemplate on Buddhanusati, the 9 virtues of the Buddha? Why chanting Itipiso? We chant all the 9 virtues of the Buddha, but how to contemplate on the virtues while chanting? You have to read the translation of the virtue of the Buddha. This is just the quality of the Buddha to tell you that this is what a Buddha looks like. That's all. But you don't really have to know this virtue at all. Just all you need to know is that the Buddha is an enlightened person and he can guide you toward enlightenment. That's all you should know, so that you will have faith in him and follow his teaching. From Sami Reachi Tanajan, sometimes my mind prefers to focus on the breath, but sometimes the mantra. Yes, you can change the object of your meditation, but don't change during the time when you meditate. When you start meditating, if you want to recite the mantra, just keep reciting the mantra. Or if you want to use the breath, just use the breath. Don't keep changing back and forth. You might be able to do at first. When you're starting, you might find chanting the mantra is easier for you. But then after a while, when you feel the mind is focused enough, then you might switch to watching your breath. This you can do. But once you have got to your breath, then you should stop switching, because the breath is your ultimate path to the jhana. I am confusing myself by doing that. Do we need to eventually choose one or the other method? Eventually you want to use the anapanasati. But if you cannot use the anapanasati and you like to use the mantra, you can use that also. But after you do it for a while, if you feel tired reciting the mantra, then you should keep watching your breath. From Irene Ui, good afternoon, Ajahn. Sadhu, sadhu. Polling soon. Why many people always say meditation can see the dirty things or so? I don't know. Thank you very much, Ajahn. All right. I think that's all the comment that you have sent in here. And that's about all the time I have. It's 59 minutes and 40 seconds. So thank you very much for your participation in this Q&A session. I hope it is of some benefit to you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please be safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing the Dhamma. I'll see you again next time, probably next Sunday at the same time. Goodbye for now.